Hello, and welcome to our panel discussion on implementing smarter and faster on Guidewire Cloud. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we will dig into what strategic investments Guidewire is making to help you implement smarter, go live faster, and unlock the value of your Guidewire solutions on your customer journey. We'll explain what we mean by these statements, focusing on what is available, how it's helped customers to date implement Guidewire solutions, and very importantly, how it can help you. Now, a key element of helping you achieve these imperatives is related to our investments in enablement collateral, tools, and our Guidewire Cloud Standards. So Renato, can you explain what we mean by Guidewire Cloud Standards and how do they benefit our customers?
Certainly, Ant. Guidewire has always invested in help customers implement our solutions by documenting what should be done and why. The big difference with standards is that they are mandatory for Guidewire Cloud. This is consistent with other standard-producing organizations, but focuses specifically on Guidewire implementations. The key benefits of our standards are that they ensure customer implementations can be supported on Guidewire Cloud and are upgradable to unlock the value of new capabilities as they are released. These standards help ensure quality, predictability, and security. Due to their importance, every standard is effectively owned by product development as the final approvers. And all standards are published now as part of the Guidewire official product documentation. Let me finish by saying that we only produce standards where they truly add value. Adoption of them will actually lower implementation costs, especially when you leverage standard compliant solutions like those included with SurePath and published on Guidewire Marketplace.
You got it spot on, thank you. Now, as you stated, the standards are part of official product documentation, but all the related enablement collateral and tooling are published via SurePath on Guidewire Community. Now, the last time I looked, there was a ton of valuable content out there, Renato. So how do our customers know what's relevant to them and what to use based on where they are in their customer journey?
You're right, Ant. There is a lot of content available. The good news is that we have recently reorganized the SurePath content and mapped it to key moments in the customer journey, so it's easy to know what is relevant based on what the customer is trying to do at a particular time. Additionally, the Guidewire account team engaged with the project will, as part of our standard onboard activities, help customers and partners determine which standards and SurePath collateral are relevant to get them started. As the last point to this question, I would encourage everyone interested in learning more to watch the SurePath Overview course freely available in our learning management system, which explains how SurePath applies to the Guidewire journey.
Great. So to summarize, what about our self-managed customers who are not ready to go to the Guidewire Cloud yet? What is Guidewire doing to help them?
Although adoption of the standard is required for Guidewire Cloud implementation, each standard has a header identify if it's also applicable to self-managed deployments. If they are applicable, it is strongly recommended for those standards to be followed, which would allow for the implementation to be closely aligned to the Guidewire product roadmap and assist in reducing the optimization needs on a future transition to Guidewire Cloud. Additionally, the majority of our SurePath collateral is equally applicable to self-managed customers, and so it's a lot of the published SurePath content. Self-managed customers can choose the right time to leverage it all, but the sooner they do, the sooner they too will get the benefits of improved quality, predictability, and security.
To add to what Renato said, Zach, do we have any examples of customers adopting our standards and evidence of the impacts this has had on their implementation costs and overall project success?
Absolutely, Ant. We monitor the analytics of our standards and our collateral published to Guidewire Community and Marketplace. Additionally, our cloud assessments and our health check results are recorded in our cloud assurance tools. This allows us to check which standards have the most findings. And we already see a trend where projects are completed faster with fewer incidents, fewer escalations, and fewer situations. This is a combination of factors that include training through education with ACE certifications, adoption of our cloud standards, and closing the cycle with cloud assurances. Customers that are leveraging our SurePath content, which are standards compliant, are seeing thousands of hours removed from their implementation cost. And when customers are quality compliant with our cloud testing standards, we see increased project velocity and increased executive confidence. For example, one customer was able to see their code during the technical upgrade process after just several days as compared to months or longer.
Thank you, Zach. Now, your point about lower implementation costs brings me very nicely to my next question. Renato, with the product evolving so quickly, How do you keep up with experience-based estimation that in the past has enabled us to estimate projects to within 10% accuracy?
There are two aspects to this question, Ant. The first is keeping up with product development. To do this, we have shift-left our enablement efforts to work directly with product development as early as release planning and 1 or 2 releases ahead of general availability. We assess every planned capability and link enablement impacts to them, such as the impact on standards or estimation models, so we can release them close to GA. The second aspect is our methodology workshop, which takes place 4 to 6 times per year. In these week-long workshops, we gather about 70 people who focus exclusively on update our SurePath collateral and estimation tools with the latest field experience from implementation project. As you can see, it's a huge investment from Guidewire. Our SurePath collateral and estimation tooling is also shared directly with our implementation partners.
Thank you, Renato. Zach, I'd like to give you an opportunity to describe what Guidewire is doing to help early adopters of our solutions and how we stay aligned as the feature matures.
As Renato mentioned, we have shifted left our enablement efforts. We engage with early adopters who are part of the EA program. The EA program is an important feedback loop where we work collaboratively with customers, ensuring the lessons learned are incorporated back into our standards and enablement collateral. We often start out with data sheets or white papers as early guidance, and that later evolves into a standard as we learn together. As a feature matures to GA, we work with customers to let them know what has changed and what needs to be done to incorporate those changes. And as features become GA, they now come with tests to support the successful adoption of the feature and our common testing infrastructure.
That makes sense, Zach. And with so much changing and so fast, how is Guidewire keeping implementation teams up to date, especially our partners?
That's a great question, Ant, and it's one of our first challenges. Built into the subscription cost, Guidewire provides initial sessions to help support the successful adoption of cloud standards. For example, when adopting our testing automation frameworks. The sessions are planned into the delivery lifecycle for all parties involved and provided just in time as recordings, along with follow-on sessions that are in person for questions. As standards are updated, we publish easy-to-consume release notes and content so that the enablement teams can implement quality first and stay standard compliant. And don't worry, our Guidewire account team works proactively to alert the implementation teams if standards are changing that impact them. For our partners, we align the partner playbook and we align through alignment sessions. We have also developed specialization badges to help our partners differentiate and market. These badges require serious commitment, proven alignment, and compliance with Guidewire. We are very proud to say that E&Y, PwC, and Hexaware have been awarded our Testing Standardization Specialization Badge, and many more have applied and are undergoing review.
Thank you, Zach. All of this sounds extremely valuable so far. So staying on the value theme, Renato, why do our customers need to adopt standards during an upgrade when they have an existing implementation already in production and that works just fine for them?
Self-managed customers can start preparing by getting aligned with the SurePath standards ahead of time. This will certainly reduce the optimization effort required to lift and shift the implementation to the cloud. This means avoiding implementation anti-pattern that are not aligned with the cloud. For example, if a self-managed customer relies on intermediary integration database to transfer data between 2 or more systems, these designs need to be revisited as it would not be supported on Guidewire Cloud. We have other examples related to prioritization. Self-managed customers who have made considerable investments in test strategy will not be required to refactor all tests except for designated function. To wrap up, I would like to mention that in certain cases, rather than upgrading, refactoring, and integration that is part of their self-managed environment, customers will opt for adopting the SurePath content and fixed price integrations available on the Guidewire marketplace.
You mentioned that Guidewire has fixed price integrations. Why has Guidewire started publishing these integrations on the Guidewire marketplace? And why only integrations?
We are always looking for ways to deliver fast, predictable solutions for customers on the Guidewire journey. We realized that one critical area where we could have a big impact on reducing customer cost is standardizing solutions for the most common integration. The fixed price integrations, a new offering from Guidewire Delivery Services, addresses this specific need. It provides complete implementation of pre-built solutions for fast, predictable delivery of the most common integrations in Guidewire Cloud. With these integrations, Customers can accelerate their transition to Guidewire Cloud and focus on high-value impact requirements, which are strategic differentiators for them. And integrations are just a starting point. We have plans to address common configurations soon that fit a similar pattern. We already partially do this via SurePath content, but not yet for a fixed implementation cost.
Sounds like a smart thing to do, Renato. Zach, I mentioned at the start that we help customers implement smarter, go live faster, and unlock value. What do we really mean when we say implement smarter?
And we work with a lot of smart people beyond just Renato, including our customers, our partners, and our own teammates. We work together in new and different ways in this SaaS world to take it to the next level. And collectively, that's to implement smarter. We implement smarter by making use of all of Guidewire available resources on each implementation. And we make major investments, as discussed earlier, to really drive down the implementation costs without adding additional risk or compromising quality, as that would not be smart. Our customers and partners can implement smarter by taking advantage of our fixed price solutions, our standard solutions, and SurePath content, which are all available via Guidewire Marketplace to lower your costs and risks. Additionally, our testing standards, our supporting tools, our content, and our frameworks all enable a heavy focus on quality. So, moving fast does not mean cutting corners. Our approach for cloud includes quality in an effective and efficient way that can be scaled with your business priorities and is there to protect your investment. Now that's what we mean by implement smarter.
Okay, so we just established we're all now smarter. Renato, how does Guidewire Delivery Services then help customers unlock value?
Unlock value starts early in the Guidewire journey by engaging the strategic advisory team to conduct a value workshop as part of the Cloud Readiness Workshop. This is a key workshop for identifying the customer's strategic imperatives and how Guidewire Cloud can provide value. With the output of this workshop, our delivery team can identify the features on the product that are directly related to the business imperatives and prioritize them according to value. This aspect of the SurePath methodology is used throughout the implementation to achieve value alignment. The Guidewire Cloud Standard also assists in unlock value by ensuring upgradability and driving adoption of new features. The SurePath content that's used by the fixed price integration is another great example. It makes use of early adopter capability available now in Cortina that is planned to be general available with Dobson, such as app events and integration gateway. Another aspect of SurePath that helps customers unlock value is the enablement collateral that we get started on early to make sure that it's available as close as possible to the GA release. I will wrap up by mentioning the delivery services portfolio, a set of offerings that provide high value during a short engagement, such as services geared towards APD utilization, BDD adoption, performance optimization, among others. These are all components that help customers realize more value with their Guidewire investment.
Thanks, Renato. Can you also explain what Guidewire is doing to help speed up implementations and reduce costs?
Sure, and Guidewire has invested heavily over the years in the SurePath delivery methodology. The effort dedicated to SurePath alone over the past 5 years is upwards of 15,000 person days. This is a huge commitment geared towards speeding up implementation and reducing total costs through all phases of the Guidewire journey. One example coming out of this investment is the Quick Start implementation. This idea was incubated within SurePath to generate the collaterals needed to support an implementation that is fast-paced, with a well-defined scope, predictable costs, and that, realistic speaking, can be deployed in less than 6 months. Another example would be related to delivery quality. Zach and his team have created the SurePath strategy around delivery quality, and now we have available test collateral that addresses the Guidewire product capabilities. Customers can hit the ground running aligned with the cloud standards. And of course, there is also the fixed price integrations.
On the subject of testing, Zach, why do our customers need to adopt Guidewire testing frameworks when they don't necessarily align to their enterprise testing architecture?
With the cloud, Guidewire shares in an increased amount of risk. Testing using a common infrastructure helps to mitigate that risk at key moments in the customer's journey, such as the first update. And to be fair, our initial test automation frameworks such as GUnit and ISBTF were never meant to scale outside of the scope of a single InsuranceSuite application. Our new test automation frameworks for API testing and UI testing are meant to better work with the customer's enterprise architecture. And they're built upon industry standard technologies such as Crotty, Test Cafe, and Cucumber. The tests and the frameworks are stored in Guidewire provided Bitbucket repositories, and the frameworks can be executed locally and through the Guidewire Cloud platform. Finally, the execution results are in a standard JUnit format that can be imported into any third-party tool. When it comes to adopting our cloud testing standards, the requirements focus on coverage, and you get to choose from the supported automation frameworks for compliance. And of course, customers who are upgrading into Guidewire Cloud with existing investments have a modified approach that focuses on our designated functions.
That all sounds great, Zach. Now, help us understand how Guidewire thinks they can standardize testing, especially given the area is so broad and is an area Guidewire has not focused on in the past, specifically as it relates to implementation.
When we started this cloud journey, we had many customer conversations. And when it came to testing, the responses were always consistent and clear. Testing is not a strategic differentiator for us. We want to do it better, we need help, and the testing investments have a short shelf life. Customers have asked Guidewire to standardize testing, and we know and we agree it is a daunting and broad initiative. That is exactly why Guidewire must do it, to drive down the cost, the variance, and the risk, while building an ecosystem with key points of interoperability for our customers and our partners. And as mentioned, much of the common testing infrastructure is ready for adoption now. And let's not forget, our customers have asked us to provide example tests for years. We're doing that now. And in total, we provide nearly 5,000 tests as reference across our frameworks. And again, this is all to help you throughout the journey, supporting a successful and smooth knowledge transition with Guidewire while you release to production with confidence.
Thank you so much, Renato and Zach, for your extremely valuable insights and making us all smarter as a result. So just to reiterate, Guidewire is committed to helping customers implement smarter, go live faster, unlock value, and commit to quality, all at a lower implementation cost while reducing risks and ensuring security. This is all made possible through the strategic investments we have discussed today. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed this session. Please reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.